Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Is this weather nice or what? Ooh, this is a little hot. Jan was back. I'll try not to talk too loud, but then if I talk too soft, nobody can hear me. So, hi. Hey, yesterday was the first day of summer. And anybody do anything fun for the solstice? You know, party, barbecue? Yeah. Did you? Yeah. Cool. Yeah? Cool. Cool. Fun stuff. I've done a lot of these before, but you know, over the years. Jan, could you, a little bit too hot? Thanks. A mother was preparing pancakes for her sons, Kevin 5 and Ryan 3. The boys began to argue over who would get the first pancake. Their mother saw the opportunity for a moral lesson. If Jesus were sitting here, he would say, "Let my brother have the first pancake. I can wait." Kevin turned to his brother and said, "Ryan, you be Jesus." Yep. There we go. Hey, we're lucky. We have 2 guest speakers today. One of them is missing. But I know he's here because his hat's here. So, oh, there he is. Yeah, he just ducked. That's okay. I won't say anything nice about you until you're here. We also have someone that has come down from Spokane for us, Jason Dowd. He's actually in the back right now. I think he'll be joining us here in a little bit. He is the astrologer. So I know he's got a class he's doing this afternoon. I believe that's free. So if you want to know a bit more about astrology and all that kind of stuff, that's a cool deal. And then he's giving little mini readings afterwards. So very nice guy. He was at our show. Very popular, nice gentleman. And we don't get a chance to do much astrology. I mean, actually, we don't really talk about it at all. But it's kind of a cool deal. So take advantage of that if you can. And more T-shirts. Oh, I really hate it when the voices in my head argue with themselves as though if I wasn't even in the room. I think I'm emotionally constipated. I haven't given a crap in days. I'm having an out-of-money experience. Okay, sure. I don't need anger management. I need people to stop pissing me off. Great T-shirts. Great T-shirts. There is, let's see, July 1st at the Kennewick Library is retirement workshop for women. And I know the 2 gals that are doing this, Angela Rossi and Kim Josephson, they're going to be going over Social Security and, you know, what happens if my other person passes and what happens then and all that kind of stuff. And, oh, by the way, I'll be giving a talk on Medicare also. So it's not in there, but I asked them not to put it in, really. So don't want to scare people off. So, oh, okay. Janice is giving a workshop. Actually, it's, this is the one, yeah, how to write and publish a book. How cool is that? Do you want to talk about that?
Just briefly. I'm having a free information meeting on, how quickly we forget. Free information meeting on June 29th at 1:30. It's not this Sunday, but next Sunday. So next Sunday afternoon. I'm not going to teach you how to write. You can take a writing class for that. I'm going to teach you how to be a writer. Very different. So if you think you have a book in your heart, join me for the free info meeting. We'll go from there. Oh. A few weeks ago we did spirit art where you used watercolors to have your spirit guides reveal themselves. We're going to do that again in July, on July 12th. If you're interested in that, let me know. Okay? Toodles.
Would you take this back and put that on the table back there?
I would be happy to.
Thank you.
And there's flyers on the right now workshop.
Okay. Pepsi Cola was invented by a young pharmacist named Caleb Brandom in 1898, originally called Brad's Drink. The beverage was first marketed as a digestive aid and energy booster. It was renamed Pepsi Cola because of its pepsin and cola nut content. Now you know. See, I tell you, you learn stuff at church here. I tell you. 19th century advances in medicine made the British a pill-conscious people. Sugarcoating had not been perfected, so most pills of the period were bitter as well as quite large. Then the firm of Burroughs, Wellcome and Company had an inspiration. If medicinal tablets could be compressed, it would be easier to swallow them. Therefore, more people would buy them. After a number of experiments, the manufacturers developed a method to make a small pill. Since it was compressed from the form of a standard pill, they adopted tabloid as the trademark of the new product. Advertising made the product well known. Consequently, the term came to be applied to other condensed goods. By 1902, the Westminster Gazette was advertising a new venture in journalism, its intention to give in tabloid form all of the news printed in other journals. Burroughs, Wellcome and Company took the matter to court, contending that tabloid could be used only to refer to their pills. They lost the suit, in fact, and even though they had invented the word. Phasing out of popularity as a trade name for compressed medicinal tablets, the term became permanently attached to half-size newspapers. Now you know where it came from. Oh, I forgot George and John. Where are they? I know they're in here. George, John, there we go. Two patron saints, George Carlin and John Lennon. And John, as breathing is my life, to stop I dare not. Probably true. Probably a good idea not to do it. And George, yeah, I know, that isn't too bad. The status quo sucks. Just so. If that's the worst she hears. So, oh, here's my PSA for the day. Save on medical tests. First, unnecessary testing can endanger you. For example, every year 1 out of 10 people get CT scans. That really is, I'm sorry, that's a racket. Which deliver up to 1,000 times more potentially cancer-causing radiation than conventional x-rays. Got that? CT scans are like, I mean, if you need them, but don't get too many of them. Always ask the doctor to describe the benefits of any procedure as well as the risks. And since the cost of simple procedure, like a pelvic ultrasound, can vary from less than $100 to more than $600, do a price comparison at clearhealthcosts.com and insist on a fair amount. clearhealthcosts.com. So, and that is all very, very true. So, oh, okay. Spray white distilled vinegar on furniture to stop the cat from scratching it. In California, it's a misdemeanor to shoot at any kind of game from a moving vehicle, unless the target is a whale. Oh. Nearly 90% of American teens used the internet in 2005. Probably a little bit higher now. And you know, even I know this is the truth, but it still is mind-boggling to know, really, that 1% of the Earth's water is suitable for drinking. That's not a lot of water. That's not. Actually, it's not a lot of water in reference to, boy, there's a lot of water out there. Okay. Anything else going on I should remember? Yeah? Do you want a microphone?
Yeah, because I'm kind of stuck in a corner. It's easier. Between a camera and
Shannon's got the microphone.
and I can hide from my camera. For those of you that are not aware, I'm teaching a palmistry class starting in July. It's a 4-week course. Janice is going to help me out. Thank you for grabbing that for me, Janice, because I'm kind of stuck in the corner. Sign-up sheet. I've got one more place before I have to cancel the class, but I can go up to 10 people. It's 4 classes. It's $250 for all 4 classes. And there's a lot of material. And I had so much fun doing it that when Janice said, here, you teach it. So I'm using Janice's material. And you find the coolest stuff on your hands and other people's hands. Janice likes to tell stories about how she met Phil. You want to hear that story?
Got my attention.
Well, a friend dragged me out to a nightclub. Not Phil. And here was Phil dancing on tables, being kind of wild, crazy Phil. And I thought, oh, keep me away from that one. So we were having our little hors d'oeuvres and kind of just socializing. This person stands behind me and says, would you like to dance? My heart goes, it's the one. I'm like, no, really? Turned around, looked, and it was the guy that was dancing on tables. I thought, oh, okay, I've got tools. I'm going to check this out. So I said, let me read your palm before I would dance with him.
And it's like, oh,
Okay, whatever.
okay.
So I looked at his hand and was like, oh, I've never seen those marks before. This should be interesting.
And she still has never seen these marks before.
So it's a
True
really
story.
fun journey, and yes, you can learn a lot about people from your palm.
You learn a lot about people, and also the cool thing is your hand changes every month or two. You can actually photograph your hand and then prove to yourself 2 or 3 months your hand does change.
When we change.
When we change, it changes. It's really cool. And the cool part about being the intuitive part is, especially because Janice is going to be helping me teach the knuckles section, different knuckle marks will pop up for different people, meaning the exact same thing. We've tried this out with 3 different people that read palms. Same person. They said the exact same thing, but they saw different marks. They see what we need to see to give them the interpretation. So it's actually pretty cool. So if you're interested, we're starting in July 12th on a Saturday. It's going to be from 1 to 3. It's every other Saturday from there going in, so we have enough time to soak information. It's a lot of information, but it's a lot of fun. So if you want, there's sign-up sheet is over there. It'll be in the back after this. If you're interested with prices and need to talk to me about that, I'll be around after services. Thank you.
Cool. And this week at the Divine Fellowship, of course, we have Qigong every Sunday morning before services. So if you want to do the Qigong, actually that's more like Tai Chi, but anyway, that's cool. And group hypnosis tomorrow with Sharon Baker. On Wednesday is Mind Shifters, Sandra and William. And then Dream Quest Toolbox with Janice.
For this week. Cancel it for this week.
It's canceled. All right. Thank you. What else? Oh, you know, the thing on Wednesday night for the, no, not Wednesday, on July 1st for the women with Social Security and Medicare, it's open to free and open to the public, so if you know other people that might want to use something like that, it really is pretty enlightening. Most people don't quite realize anything about Social Security and how they can maximize their benefits. Yesterday, my daughter, okay, I should be okay. Sorry. Okay, all right. Yesterday, my daughter emailed me again asking why I didn't do something useful with my time. This is a senior. Like sitting around the pool and drinking wine is not a good thing, I said. Talking about my doing something useful seems to be her favorite topic of conversation. She was only thinking of me, she said, and suggested I go to the senior center and hang out with the guys. I did this, and when I got home last night, I decided to teach her a lesson about staying out of my business. I emailed and told her that I had joined a parachute club. She replied, "Are you nuts? You're 73 years old, and now you're going to start jumping out of airplanes?" I told her that I even got a membership card and emailed a copy to her. She immediately telephoned me back. "Good grief, where are your glasses? This is a membership to a prostitute club, not a parachute club." Oh man, I'm in trouble again. I really don't know what to do. I signed up for 5 jumps this week. The line went quiet and her friend picked up the phone and said that my daughter had fainted. So, that would do it. That would do it. So. Oh, yeah. What? There.
I'll pass that around.
Do I? What is
Yes.
this?
This is communion setup and cleanup. We have everyone for the month of June, but only one person for the month of July. So if you're willing to be of service, would like to help out, we would really appreciate that. So that's
Or we'll just cancel services. Never have, never. You know, not once in 16 years have we ever canceled because of weather or any reason, really. Never done that. Sure. Want to do that?
We had a recent change of board members, and we would like to honor the exiting board members. We have plaques for them. So Susan and Stephanie, would you step up, please, and let us honor you for your years of Here's for Stephanie, and here's for Susan. Thank you again for your
Thanks so much. The church would not be here without generous donation of time. I mean, it just wouldn't. Because Jan and I can't do it all. Used to set up a sign every Sunday morning at the end of the road and get everything done. And actually on a day like this, 16 years ago when we were at that first facility, I said, you know, for 2 cents I'd have everybody pick up their chair and go outside and we'd have services outside. Everybody had their chair picked up and they were headed out. And we did. We had it out on the lawn on a day. Oh, it was absolutely gorgeous. Just beautiful. Hey, what? Oh, more cherries? What a score! Oh, Bing and Rainier. Cool. Remember I told you last week when I didn't know she was coming with cherries that this is a reason to come to church, is to get cherries, but you don't know which Sunday it'll be, so you may as well be here every one. What the heck? That's about as much as Like I said, we are so fortunate. Got 2 guest speakers today. How cool is that? I am going to pass this sign-up sheet for Jason for readings this afternoon, mini readings, so if you have some interest, that would be wonderful. What can I say about this guy? He's just looking at me going, oh, what is he going to say now? We have been blessed for years having him speak with us occasionally. Sometimes we wish he was with us more, but we are just pleased that he is still with us on so many levels. Because certainly he's had some health challenges, and he's working through those. And what can I say? A Catholic, a priest from the liberal Catholic Church, does services for us on Christmas Eve. He just loves doing that stuff. Okay. What am I doing? Get up here.
Thank you, Janet. Hey, it's summer solstice. So yesterday was 16 hours and 38 minutes? I think it's about like that. Really interesting, and especially because we have a gentleman here that's going to be talking a little bit about astrology. And it's something to pay attention to. I'll let him talk about it. But it's really something to pay attention to. And I see so many people that I love here this morning. Wow. Okay, so what did I want to talk about today? It's interesting. I want to talk about the brain, because the brain thinks that's who we are. Yeah, I know. And what's interesting about the brain is last night, my left hemisphere, my logical mind, my decision-making side of my brain that makes sure everything is in its proper place and doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing, the way it's supposed to be doing, according to the way it sees things, was going, so what are you going to talk about? And my right hemisphere, my creative side, my side that's connected to the beauty of everything and really knows that I'm a creature of the cosmos and I'm one with everything, is going, what are you worried about? And the left side of my hemisphere goes once again, but you just can't show up without knowing what you're going to talk about. And the right hemisphere says, yeah, why not? We know everything. All we have to do is tap in. So this morning, I went to bed with that dilemma. I do this every time I come and speak to you, that it goes back and forth and back and forth. And so I went to bed with, to my left hemisphere's dismay, without a thing on my mind to talk about this morning. I woke up this morning and I like to make an egg sandwich every once in a while, so I'm going to give you a little bit of what happened. I took a piece of bread and I put a little cheese on it because we have a toaster oven, and I stuck it in the toaster oven as I was frying an egg. Well, something happened and I went off and did this, and when I got back I realized, oh my gosh, the toast is starting to burn. And so I pull it out and I go, Christopher, how could you do that? So what's going on? One half of my brain's talking to the other half of my brain, right? So you ever wonder about who you're talking to when you're talking to yourself? Yeah. So it's my left hemisphere going, you did it, what's going on? What are you? And my right hemisphere is going, no, don't worry about it. You take a knife, you scrape it off, it's okay. So that's what I did. It was okay. I put a little ketchup on it. I didn't taste the burned stuff at all. But it got me thinking. And I realized that was what I was going to talk about this morning. And if you would just not even think about it, take and put your two hands together like that. You know? And you're going to find that one thumb is on top of the other. And if it's your left thumb on top, you're right brain dominant. If it's your right thumb on top, you're left brain dominant. And if both thumbs are together, well, there's little ones in here, so I'm not going to say what that means. Okay? And it's not a big deal to be left brain dominant or right brain dominant.
Tell me what it means.
No. I want to look at his palm.
I have, it's scary.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. So it's okay to be dominant, left brain dominant or right brain dominant. You're still going to use both hemispheres of the brain. Okay? Which really got me thinking, and I don't know how many times I've read this book. Okay, My Stroke of Insight. And if you've seen Jill talk, and I think some of you had, she's even been here in the Tri-Cities and talked here, and she's coming back, I think. I don't know when, but she'll be back. There's a part in here that just really speaks to this, and I wanted to share that with you this morning. And she's talking about her right brain. My right brain celebrates its freedom in the universe and is not bogged down by my past or fearful of what the future may or may not bring. Right on, little one. It honors my life and the health of all of my cells. It doesn't just care about my body. It cares about the fitness of my body, of my mental health as a society, and our relationship with the Mother Earth. Oh, yeah. Our relationship with the Mother Earth. And there's two key things here that she says. The first key thing in my mind is relationship. I don't care where you are in your mind or in your awareness, it's about relationship. It's always about relationship. It can never ever be not about relationships. It's your relationships with those that are in your family, the people that you love. It's about relationships about the people that you struggle with. It's about relationships, especially with yourself. Especially with yourself. Nothing we do is absent of relationships. You even have a relationship with your car. You have a relationship with your clothes. You have a relationship with how you appear to the world. It's all about relationship. And the minute you think it's not about a relationship, you're stepping outside of who you truly, really are. So how do we nurture our relationships? How do we take care of those relationships? How do we really, really relate to those things? No pun there, okay? Sometimes we relate to them, all of our relationships, from our left hemisphere, from our logical mind, from things being black and white. It has to be this way, it can't be any other way. Other times we deal with our relationships from our right hemisphere, from our creative mind, from our mind that knows we're all one and everything's connected, and it will not deal with things any other way. And yet we struggle. When we struggle to find that balance between the left and the right, and which do we choose? And I'd like to submit to you that you don't choose. You combine the two and move in harmony through your life, because both are needed. There are times when you need to be creative. There are times when you need to open yourself up to everything that's there and just let things flow. And for all of those that are into the arts, if you draw, especially music, if you do those things, you know what that feels like when you step into that flow. And that could be just taking a camera and taking pictures of things. You're in that flow. Yet there are times when you have to put on that left hemisphere logical approach to things. You wouldn't want to be driving down the street with a whole lot of people just in their right mind. You really wouldn't want to do that. You want them to be functioning with that left hemisphere. You want them to see, oh, red light, put the brakes on. Okay? We have to use both. We try so hard to be creative and flowing and all of those wonderful things. Don't cut the other part of yourself out of the picture. You are a whole being, not a half. You are a whole being, not a half. So the relationship is really important. There were two things she said in that statement that were really key. Relationship was the first one. The second one is the Mother Earth. We have a relationship to this planet. I like to refer to it as a spaceship, because we are moving through the cosmos. And the summer solstice really brings that to mind, because we become aware of the fact, oh, something's happening on a planet-wide basis. We become more aware of the fact that the sun seems to be in the sky longer than it normally is because of the tilt of the earth. And all of that happens because what? Because of the relationship that the planet has with the moon and with the sun and with the rest of the planets in our solar system, and where we are in this part of the Milky Way and where the Milky Way is in its part of the cosmos. And I'm so happy that you're going to be here talking about that today. Because if you haven't really looked at astrology, you might want to listen to what he has to say today. Because astrology is truly about relationships. It's about relationships. And we can't get away from that. That's really what it's all about. So the Mother Earth. I love the Mother Earth. I like to walk around barefoot. How many like to do that? All right, so make me a promise. There's a little barefoot one right here, right now. Right on. Sometime today, take your shoes off, take your socks off. That includes the gentlemen that like to wear socks with sandals. And even if it's just for a couple of minutes, not in the house, outside on the earth, walk barefoot and feel the relationship you have with this planet that has birthed us. Feel that relationship. Let it seep into your body, through your feet, and all the way up through all of your chakras. And let you feel truly that relationship. Okay? So this is kind of a special day too for me because my daughter Rachel's having a baby shower today. So later on today I'm going to have the pleasure of being with all three of my granddaughters. My oldest granddaughter Tasha is here from the coast. She's 19. And then Emily, who's in between, I think she just turned 12. I better get that right because she's I'm going to see her this afternoon. And then Adeline, who just came into the planet, will be there. So I'll have all three of my granddaughters. So I'm getting a picture. I'm getting a picture of Grandpa with all three of his granddaughters today because I want to capture and hold on to that relationship. Okay? That's an important relationship to me. So who in your life do you have important relationships with? Who's the significant other? Who are the children? Your family, your church family, your work family, your Facebook family. They're all relationships, are they not? Cherish them. Bathe in them. And really, really appreciate them for what they are. Appreciate them for what they are. I'm going to leave you with a little teeny poem that I wrote. Oh, I dated it. I'll have to look and see when I dated it. I wrote it in 2006. Sweet God of my life, thank you for all that you are. Sweet angel of light, always near me, never far. To feel the rain upon my skin, to walk beside a lover, to know the touch of a gentle wind, to know there is only you, no other. How very, very blessed I am to feel all these things within my heart, no longer needing to ask why, or to where to go, or where to start. So simple to be without trying. Just let go. Let yourself be. Don't be afraid, no need for crying. At long last, you are free. Sweet God of my life. I love it. I love it. What do you say? You know? And I'm at the last line, so let me finish it. Sweet God of my life, thank you for all that you are. Sweet angel of light, always near me, never far. Namaste. Namaste. Phil?
hemisphere. So. Close. Oh, yeah.